Hi. Ow, I hurt myself. Not gonna lie, I am very upset with how the episode went down. This is, of course, talking about Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life, episode 4, aka the finale, Fall. And I loved it. I loved it. I was so happy. Everything, like, remember, I was like, oh, I'm sad because I didn't feel like Logan and Rory got much closure with that phone call, but I'm glad that they ended it. Seeing Colin and Finn and what's his name? Brandon? No, that's not his name. I don't know. The third guy that Rory went on a date with once in season 5. When they all came and they were all wearing their bear masks and their hats, and they went to the tango club and they went to the B&E, and it was lovely. Every second of that, I was so happy. And Logan and Rory were like, we're done. You know, it was a good final goodbye. It's like, yo, we gotta get you home to your fiance because, yeah, stop it. You have a fiance. Stop this. And Paul finally texted Rory and was like, we're done. He was a little too polite about it for my taste. He was like, due to our ever-conflicting schedules, I am breaking up with you. What it really should have been like is, hey, bitch, we're done. But, you know, finally he broke up with her, even though she should have broken up with him ages ago. But finally, Paul and Rory were done, and we got a nice, happy, melancholy feel with the Life and Death Brigade and Goodbye Logan and one final shebang, and it was happy, and I loved it. Oh, God. And then we get the last 4 words, and my mood just died. My mood died along with Richard Gilmore. I went from being, my God, fall has everything, to I was sick to my stomach, honestly. And I was initially going to record my initial reaction the second. I don't know why this keeps going out of focus. Stop it, camera. I was going to do my initial reaction the second the episode was done. But I was sick to my stomach and I had to go to bed. I had to go to bed, and I slept for way longer than I should have. I was so upset. I was so upset. Oh my God. What I did like Rory looked incredible. Like in every scene she was in, she looked so pretty. Like honestly, that first scene she was in with her amazing ponytail, I loved. Oh my God. The Lorelai doing wild thing went a million times better than I could have ever anticipated. Honestly, when she called up Emily and told that story about Richard getting her a pretzel and going to the movies, oh my God, I did get really emotional. Oh my God, that was such a good scene, and it was just what I needed. I think it was the first episode when I was going, why couldn't we have gotten a nice story? We finally got a nice story, and it was really nice. Oh my God. Don't know how I feel about Emily and Jack being a thing, but good for her, you know? Oh my God, she's selling the house. I'm so sad. Emily is selling the house. No, you can't sell the house. That's the house. That's the Gilmore house. You can't sell the Gilmore house. Luke and Lorelai are married. And it was so cute. It was the best wedding ever. I'm really upset that we got the pre-wedding and we didn't get the actual wedding where everybody was invited. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see Jess going to the wedding. I would have liked to see everybody going to the wedding. But I'm glad Michelle was there. I'm glad Lane was there. It was really cute seeing them all dance, and it was really pretty. And the Suki scene where she made all those wedding cakes. God, I missed her, and I really wish she would have been available to be in more, but I'm glad we got what we got because I missed her a lot. Still best friends. Still best friends. I had to take my hat off. It was starting to get hot. Oh boy. You know, it's not hot. Being pregnant by somebody who is engaged to somebody else. The last 4 words were the biggest letdown. Some could argue maybe she's pregnant by one night stand Chewbacca guy. But you're 32 years old. Are you not using any kind of protection? Are you guys not using condoms? I don't understand how you have an accidental pregnancy at 32. And I don't understand how this is how the writers wanted season 7 to end. If they had gotten a hold of season 7, they wanted fresh out of college Rory to be accidentally pregnant. That's not satisfying. That's like, oh great. That's no. After everything she accomplished, why would that be a good ending for season 7 for Rory to be accidentally pregnant? Why was that like a, oh hey, I have the last 4 words. I know how it's gonna end. Why would that be your ideal ending? And I don't like it. I don't like it. And as much as I wanted Rory and Jess to be together, I don't like the pining. I don't like it. Now, you could argue that once he started spending time with her again, he realized he had renewed feelings for her, but that's not how it was really portrayed. It was portrayed like he was pining. And even when Jess initially spoke with her in spring, he was like, oh yeah, I'm seeing someone, but it's not permanent, or I forget what he said, but kind of made it clear, like, oh, it's not permanent. It's not, you know. Hint, hint, Rory, I'll jump her for you in a second. Like, it seemed like he was pining even then. And I'm glad that Jess has his life together, but I didn't want him to once again be waiting around for Rory, who is not ready to be with him. Like, I don't like that. I don't know if they're going to have another season, but I don't like how they ended it. I don't like how Logan was written in this, because I feel like if he had a fiance, like he proposed to Rory in season 7, I feel like if he had a fiance, no matter what the circumstances, like if he was forced into it because, you know, whoever she is, and you know, his family, you need to marry somebody important, blah blah blah. If it were something like that, I still don't feel like he would have cheated on her, because Logan has always consistently been like, I don't want to be like my father. And what has his father done? His father has cheated on his mother numerous times. So I don't care that it was Rory he was cheating with. The fact that he was cheating on his fiance at all is just something that Logan would never do. And similarly for Rory, I feel like this type of behavior is something that she would hate. You know, she was pissed off at Christopher for ruining Luke and Lorelai's relationship, and even in this season, she told him not to come to the wedding. So, why would she be okay with being the cheatee to the cheater? Like, that whole storyline just made me so mad. And like the whole like friends with benefits, no strings attached thing is early season 5, Rory and Logan, and even that didn't last very long. So for them at 32, 33 years old, or maybe 34, I don't know how many years Logan is older than Rory, but for two adults in their 30s to be acting this way, it infuriates me. It just doesn't, I don't like it. I don't like it. Especially Rory, like, girl, get your life together. Which I get, that's what the baby is supposed to be. Like, I'm 32 years old and I'm acting like a 16-year-old. Like, it was one thing for Lorelai to get pregnant at 16. But for Rory at 32 to accidentally get pregnant, you know about birth control. Like, what? It's not always effective, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I loved everything else about this episode. I loved when Emily and Lorelai were talking, and then Emily was like, "You need money." Oh, well, okay, fine, but you and Luke have to come and visit me for a whole weekend and blah blah blah. And yay, we're celebrating. I'm gonna go get this really old bottle of wine. Yay. Like, I love how their relationship got better than how it was. Like, I loved everything about this episode pretty much until the last 4 words. It just seemed... Oh, Dean, you're the best boyfriend ever. Can I write you in my book? Oh, I would say that you were protective and charming and sweet and great, and I wish I would have met you when we were both older, because you were the best boyfriend ever. Oh my god. Worst? What do you mean? I said this before when I initially heard that he was going to be in it. I was like, if somebody calls him the best boyfriend ever, I'm going to die. And I literally died. Stop acting like he was the best when he was controlling, he was manipulative, he was angry. Oh, Rory, you're talking to Jess. You're talking to a boy who's not me. Rory, like, I can't. Dean was the worst. Where's your bracelet, Rory? Why aren't you wearing your bracelet? What do you mean you lost it? You lost it. Where's your bracelet? What? It's just a bracelet. What do you mean? She's never allowed to take the bracelet off? Like... And the fact that she was so scared to be like, oh, I lost it. Like, people lose things, and he could have made her another bracelet. But he got so mad about it. Or like, when Jess and Paris were having dinner at her house, and Dean showed up, and Jess was like, do you really want me to leave? And then Rory was like, I really want to avoid a fight with Dean. Because, oh my god, what do you mean Jess is here? Oh yeah, he showed up unannounced. Like, I could believe that. Dean, buddy, you literally just showed up unannounced. Like, you're allowed to show up unannounced, but nobody else is allowed to show up unannounced because Rory literally just wanted to do laundry. She wanted none of that situation. And of course, Dean has to, I'm hovering over you, Rory. I'm yelling at you, Rory. I was watching you, Rory. I saw you reading a book, and I also built you a car for a 3-month anniversary, which is ridiculous because I'm 16, Rory, but I'm going to buy you a car, even though that's a really inappropriate gift. How long were you building that car, dude? Because I know that cars take a long time when you're building it from scratch, and... Like, did you guys just start dating and being like, we're gonna be together forever for our 3-month anniversary? I'm gonna build her a car. I'm gonna make her a car. Like, you must have started that car ridiculously early into the relationship. Like, what, 2 weeks into the relationship? You're like, yeah, this is going places. I'm gonna build her a car. That was ridiculous. I didn't mean to get into a really long anti-Dean rant, but I just hate him so much. And so for 32-year-old Rory to be like, you were the best boyfriend ever and you were protective and I always felt safe with you. What are you talking about, Rory? You literally jumped out of your skin when he raised his voice. You did not feel safe with him. Are you kidding me? I just hate how the narrative of the show has always treated Dean like he's a saint. Like he could do no wrong. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm so annoyed. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Oh my god. On to happier things. Lorelai is going to expand the inn, and Michelle is not going to take another job. So that's good. Lorelai will not be losing Michelle, and I love Michelle, and I'm glad we got to see a lot more in depth into his character and, you know, little things about like his husband and I have a kid on the way. Do you? I don't know. I think so. I have to check. Like, Michelle as a dad. I hope Michelle gets more dogs. Like, that would be great. Oh, man. What else can I say positive about this episode? Because I really don't want to be negative, but honestly, the last 4 words honestly just crushed my dreams. And because of course Logan would want to be a part of the child's life, but then it's like, how do you explain that to your fiance? Like, then you're gonna have to tell your fiance that you cheated on her, unless they're gonna be like, yeah, Logan's just gonna pay for the baby. Or what, is Rory not going to tell Logan? Because she went to Christopher and was like, hey, so how do you feel about that all these years later? So I feel like she was asking him that to kind of make her decision about whether or not to have Logan in the baby's life. And I just feel like, of course you should tell Logan if he's the father. Like, that's really shitty not to. So yeah. And as much as I like Rory and Jess, I don't like how they're trying to make Jess be Rory's Luke, because it's not the same. I don't. And we're supposed to feel closure. Like, I guess the Rory and Dean scene was supposed to give Rory and Dean fans closure, which, good for Rory and Dean fans, but Dean was a terrible boyfriend, so I don't know why you guys are fans. But no offense, you do you. But how are the Logan and Rory fans supposed to have closure when their whole entire, like, adult relationship was just them cheating on their significant others? That's not closure. And then to have a, baby drop in there? That's not closure. And then how are Jess and Rory fans, aka me, supposed to feel closure when all we saw was, you're over her, right? Oh yeah, super over her. And then see Jess stare at Rory through the window like that. That's not closure. That's seeing your fave pine for his fave and nothing come from it. Like, there's a lot of people had a lot of expectations for the revival, and I really tried to lower my expectations, but of course you can't help but have expectations with something like this. But I feel like all of our expectations were crushed. Just the last 4 words, I kept thinking, before this, I kept thinking, what could it possibly be? It can't be anything that big of a deal, right? Like, it's 4 words, you know? I thought maybe it'd be like, Mom, hey, or like, I'm a lesbian, you know? And then it's like, oh, maybe that's why all of your relationships with men didn't work out, Rory. I thought maybe it'd be something like that, which would make all the fans go, what? But, Mom, yeah, I'm pregnant. Goes to black. What? Who was satisfied by that ending? I'm just not a fan. That's all I can say, and I can't go any more about this because I was literally sick to my stomach last night. So I can't even talk about it anymore. Like, 2016 has really been disappointing in television for me. Just, you get your hopes up and then something happens that is just like, writers, what were you thinking? But yeah, otherwise, the revival, really pretty to look at. I love how it was filmed, the colors, just, it definitely gave me a sense of nostalgia, and I'm glad that it was even made. Like, I'm definitely going to rewatch all the episodes because I love Gilmore Girls, and I wouldn't be having this strongly of a reaction if I didn't love it. So, yeah, those are my ramblings. Bye.